Alright, what's up guys? Big Shit here, and I can see the videos, it's it's at a 42% upvote ratio, which is fine. I don't care, like I'm happy. I'm fine. I like my ideas being controversial anyway. Like the fact I'd rather have this than have like 99% like copium, but either way, I think everyone's kind of missing the point, and I think it's obviously, well, I don't think it's obviously my fault because I'm too hyper fixated on WoW in the video where I'm talking about it. But that's just because WoW is the game I know, and WoW is the game I've played. I've played a lot of MMOs, but WoW is like the main one, and the main one I'm considering here. And like this is more of a thought in general. All right, and a good example that I had brought up in a previous recording that I scrapped, and I replied to some people with, that I didn't talk about in this video, but I'm going to add it in here, is I would like to use the artifact or Azerite power system in BFA and Legion as an example of when you take the psychological manipulation of leveling to its absolute limit. So you have this stupid bar that you have to fill out, right? And to do this bar, the most efficient way, we'll talk about Legion. Artifact power. The most efficient way to get artifact power is doing Maw of Souls, right? So you have to do Maw of Souls, and you're doing Maw of Souls to increase this thing. And maybe I don't want to do Maw of Souls, maybe I'm bored of Maw of Souls, but I have to do Maw of Souls because if I don't do Maw of Souls, I'm getting behind, and then I'm not able to even play the game to a normal level. So they are doing this to artificially increase the amount of time it requires you to finish your character, so you increase your play time so you keep subbed. That it's like a psychological manipulation tactic, and it's the same one that leveling plays on, but this one is just more egregious. And everyone, rightfully so, was shitting on artifact power, was shitting on Azerite power, and like the time played metric system that they use to judge whether their expansion was doing. Oh, lots of people are doing Maw of Souls and are participating in the artifact power system, so that means it's well designed. And now they removed it, and the game's better now that they removed AP, because it's just some arbitrary bar. Like, I'll do Maw of Souls if I need a piece of gear for Maw of Souls, or I want to do Maw of Souls, and Maw of Souls is fun a couple times, or maybe once a week, or maybe once a month, or I'll just log on and do Maw of Souls with my friends. But I don't want to fucking grind Maw of Souls 12 hours a day so I can compete in a raid and have like above decent DPS, because the artifact power system in Legion, there is so much of your character's power, including your stamina, tied to that. So if you didn't grind it, you would be squishier in raid. Like your gameplay was just gimped by not grinding Maw of Souls. And then when you add systems like this, and it's the same thing with the RuneScape Grand Exchange or even vanilla WoW, because like sometimes maybe I want to do something that's fun, like let's do an RC run. Sorry, my Zygor guide says that's a waste of time. You don't know how many times I've been playing a game and people are like, oh, that's a waste of time, I don't want to do it. So it's like, okay, so anything that's not doing Maw of Souls is a waste of time and leads technically, because it gives the most AP, so we have to do Maw of Souls. Even in Dragonflight, like they have these stupid shards. It's like, oh, the best things to do is heroic Dawn of the Infinite. Like, I don't want to do heroic Dawn of the Infinite. It's fucking boring. I don't care that it gives me the most fucking Whelbling crests. Like, it's stupid. Like, fuck off. And it's the same thing with the Grand Exchange. A lot of people have this issue with the Grand Exchange, and I know in RuneScape, like, yeah, they had this stupid trading thing, where you had to like go on a website, and the Grand Exchange is the solution to that. But the Grand Exchange ends up boiling the game down to whatever gives you the most gold per hour, and everything else is a waste of time. So that's why Iron Man mode's so popular, because the whole game's on the table now. But when the Grand Exchange exists, technically anything that you do that's not the fucking most optimal gold per hour is a waste of time. With Legion, anything that you do that's not the most Azerite or artifact power per hour is a waste of time. With WoW, anything you do that is not the most XP per hour in vanilla WoW is a waste of time. And you'll hear people say that constantly. Oh, that's a waste of time. That's a waste of time. Like, well, it's a waste of time because, yeah, because everything you get is invalidated and irrelevant as soon as you get a couple more levels. Like, that's just bad design. Front, full stop. Into the comments here and just respond to some of them. That's what I want to do. So we'll go and address some of these comments. So this guy says, you sound like a Suki kid that has no idea what the level experience has to offer and most likely playing the game because of FOMO. I've played this game since fucking TBC, man. Like, what are you talking about? If I was FOMO, I would have played TBC Classic and Vanilla and Wrath Classic, and I wouldn't have sold my account during BWL patch of Vanilla Classic because it sucked balls. Those were FOMO. I'm not playing hardcore. That was FOMO as fuck. Hardcore WoW was just like a YouTube show. Like that's the easiest way to farm content off of. So I don't. This is just a dumb fucking comment. I understand what leveling offers, but I'm saying is it appeals to like a reptilian instinct in your brain. That's what the experience is. It appeals to it's like a facade. That's my issue with it. And once you start to realize it, you can never look at it the same way again. And then this guy, I just responded in live time, but nice 2-minute video of you crying because you're too lazy to play the game. Are you going to cry about reputation farms next? No, because they're optional. And here's an example. They weren't optional in Mists of Pandaria. When Mists of Pandaria first launched, you had to do dumb daily quests every day to get your pre-boost from the vendors. And guess what? I, along with many other people, including people who have played WoW since vanilla to MOP, quit the game. And I had no problem with pandas at the time. Like, pandas didn't bother me. I didn't give a shit about the Kung Fu Panda memes. I was actually excited for MOP. I thought it looked cool. And I like the Monk class. Monk's the only retail class I play now. And guess what? I quit during MOP because the rep farms were not optional. So yeah, if rep farms are fine in the game as long as they're optional. So next. Bro, mad you can't bench 405. Yeah, lean Chad stay winning. Enjoy your fucked up shoulders. But no, Jim's cool and it is kind of funny banter. Leveling is fun. Maybe try a different genre or a game with level boosts. Well, most WoW versions have level boosts other than SOD, including the TBC and Wrath of the Lich King games. So, and they're widely popular, and most people who play vanilla are just paying for boosts anyway. So the problem here is, my problem with leveling is, I get that you get abilities, but what I'm trying to say is, I can get bear form through a quest, you can get rewarded and a character improvement from things other than this bar. Like this bar here, being at a certain level, is preventing me from doing what I want in the game. I might want to do some quests. Like I might want to do a quest or two, or maybe like 20 in a session. Maybe I want to just chill in a quest. I don't need an XP bar. I can do a quest, get some items. I can do the story. I can get gold. Like there's other, or it could just be the quest. It could be a quest to get my bear form, like some epic fucking quest, or a quest to get Star Surge or something. You don't have to get. There's other ways that you can make stuff more more engaging, more interesting than just the level, having like to fucking level for 6 days played. So Jose here says leveling's not bad. It's at the core of every RPG. If you don't feel like leveling, fine. Well, let's see. Like at core of every RPG, difference is, like I said, leveling is a byproduct of content. It's a side thing. Like, okay, I'm doing the game, I'm playing the game, and I'm getting levels. Like Baldur's Gate, I'm not going to a town and grinding shit for the sake of it just to get levels. I'm actually like exploring the world, engaging in the story, talking to the characters, doing the core gameplay loop. But the core gameplay loop of an MMORPG is not leveling. Like, most players are playing MMORPGs to play with other people, not to sit alone with a fucking shitty playlist on, smoking a bong, and killing boar assholes to get to 60 and then doing it again. That's a minority. Most people play MMOs to play with other people. And you are really not considering the psychological effects here. I am. That's why I say it's a lizard brain thing. It like, the leveling concept of leveling, it literally just plays on lizard brain dopamine receptors. Like, oh, my bar goes up, ding, a big gold thing. Like every time you turn a quest in, it's a little dopamine reward. That's how WoW beat out stuff like EverQuest, because in EverQuest, you only got that dopamine hit every time you leveled up. So for a lot of people, it took too long to get the dopamine reward. But in WoW, every time you kill a mob, a quest mob, and you see the 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, that's a micro dopamine hit. Micro dopamine hit. You turn the quest in, bigger dopamine hit. You level up, biggest dopamine hit. That's the difference. No, leveling would be the same. Everyone got instant max boost. Well, most of WoW already is. You just get an instant max boost, skip the leveling, and the game is still fine. But there's other issues with it. Do you start to understand now? No, leveling would be the same as buying a boost. I mean, what the fuck to do? They need the regods. People do that anyways. They don't. People need the regods anyways. Kill their interest in the game. Well, like I said, you don't have to get everything at once, even if you're max level. Like, you don't need to get every ability at once. Some of the abilities, maybe you just get like a base rotation, and you can like sod runes. Like if I could level to 25 in Season of Discovery, have none of the new abilities, and then at level 25 I could go to fucking the Kolkar area and get my sod, my fucking Prayer of Healing rune, or my whatever the hell is Prayer Mending, or I can get penance from the trolls. Like that can still exist. I can still get abilities through exploration. I mean, like I understand your argument, but I don't think it's accurate. And like I'm saying, we're too focused on WoW here. Like this is for future games, or just like as a concept in general. Like, is leveling necessary for MMOs? And I don't think it is. Even in SOD, I've seen people level up new characters from zero just for fun. The reason people are leveling up characters is because they're new. The class, there's new abilities to use, and there's experimentation available. Or if leveling didn't exist, I'm sure people would still make a character and go fuck around with it. And also, every class's runes are in a different location, so every class the game has replayability because every class has a different playstyle now. Like some my priest has to go here, but my warrior has to go to a different spot. My warrior has to go into the fucking keep and get the shield in Red Ridge, but my priest has to just kill some guy outside, doesn't have to get the shield. Like like the warlock thing, my warlock has to go to some cool tower and like 2 towers and do this for his meta rune. But in actual vanilla, every class there's less replayability actually than Season of Discovery. And that's why I'm saying Season of Discovery is the blueprint, because in regular vanilla, I make a warrior, I do the same leveling route. Maybe there's 1 or 2 class quests. I make a warlock, same leveling route. I do the same leveling route on all fucking 9 classes. But in Season of Discovery, all 9 classes have a different area, different things they have to achieve. That's like the whole point of it. So yeah, leveling is more fun in SOD because it's different. Do you think if all the runes were obtained the same way, that there would be less people? Maybe some people would do it just to try the class, but then again, like you can just try the class anyway. So leveling has nothing to do with this. The numbers at the start of the next pack is the highest. It's because when the leveling it's that numbers at the start. It's because it's new and there's new content. It has nothing to do with leveling. If they made a new retail expansion and there was no leveling in it, it wouldn't decrease. People would probably be happy. Like honestly, no one would care. Like does anyone really care about doing the 5 or 10 levels every expansion? No, they don't. There's character progression that doesn't include a leveling bar. Like when you start at level 60 and you're in green gear, getting yourself from green to epic gear is a form of character progression as well. So that like this I completely disagree with this point. The people don't sub and are excited for a new expansion because they get to do 10 levels. It's like, oh, we gotta rush this 10 levels fastest in 5 hours played, and then I can start playing the game. That's like the majority of people. That's the way majority of people think. So like that's that's not true at all. Yeah, I've never met anyone that thinks this way personally, but maybe you have. Maybe your friends think differently. I don't know. Okay, during Dragonflight, many people I know got to 70 before they finished the campaign, and they expressed how they are a bit disappointed you hit max levels so soon. They wish the XP had been gained a tad slower to better adjust for the campaign, but that doesn't make sense. But this is like the whole issue I have. They still went and finished the campaign and were very happy with their questing experience. But if the campaign's interesting, like why does the level bar have to exist? It's literally just like a reptile brain thing. Like the level bar does not have to fucking exist. Like if the questing campaign is fun and the story is cool, then shouldn't that be enough? Like, and maybe you have to do the campaign before you do a raid, or you progress the story, and so you get an item or something. But like, I don't understand. Like, why does it matter if they hit level 70 before they finish the campaign? It just doesn't. Like I can't fathom that level of thinking. Like it's just bizarre to me, because if the campaign is fun, then you should do it. Like what happens if you play another game that doesn't have a level bar? Like at that point, like why play any game if it doesn't have an XP bar? Like It's just bizarre to me. Like, well, why go fight a boss in Elden Ring? Because it's fun. I don't fight the boss in Elden Ring because it gives me 40,000 souls. I don't even give a shit about the souls. I care about the fucking beating the boss. Like Minecraft's a popular game. Does Minecraft have levels? Do I get a level for every block I fucking break? Like, what are some other popular games? Like, it's just such a bizarre thought process to me. Like, why? Who cares if you fucking hit max level before you finish the? Like, I'm just lost for words. Like, it's just such a reptile fucking brain thing to say. I'm not trying to insult you, but it's like in Dragonflight, if there was no levels, I still like I did the Emerald Dream campaign at level 70. They add quests in the new patch. Like, I didn't play Dragonflight at all until the last patch, and that's just because we were fucking bored and people were playing, and I was like, whatever, I'll fucking play. And I did the fucking Emerald Dream quest, and I didn't care that I didn't need fucking levels. Like, it's like, oh, I can't do this Emerald Dream quest because they didn't add a level 71. Like, would them of adding level 71 made the Emerald Dream quest chain more fun? No, like, I don't think so. I'm just, my brain is hurting. Like, the story half the time the story is enough for me to do something. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I guess it's just a difference in brain chemistry. I guess. I don't know, man. Like, whatever. I love the leveling brackets of Sod. I was bummed out when I found out about Turtle. Wow, too late. I thought the gated leveling was genius. I hate the rush 60. And true, like, but just look how much more fun Sod was, because you don't fucking feel like everything you're doing is pointless until you hit 60. And maybe that's just because I played the game too long and like played too many WoW servers. But in Sod, like, Ashenvale is an endgame zone. Stone Talon's an endgame zone. All these are new endgame zones that you've never played at endgame before. There's a new raid. All the gear is relevant. You go to Dungarok, you farm gear. There's lots of stuff that you could do that you would not normally do because it's pointless in the regular game. All of this content that's fun at endgame and provides like a meaningful sense of character progression at level 25 and gives you gold or gives you items, or even that shredder thing where you have to make, and the engineer has to make shredder salvage kits, and you salvage shredders and turn it into a goblin to get a rune. That's cool. I like that. Like, that stuff can exist. But if you're just rushing the fucking 60, then all of that shit is just, all the fucking nuances of that content just gets stripped away, and it boils down to, this is for XP. And then I go to New Zone for XP, and then I go to New Zone for XP, and then I'm at endgame. So it's just, like, this is the whole problem with it. This is my problem with it. Molding nerd. Well, I'm not molding. I have too much hair right now, but go touch some grass. Minus 29 Celsius, and it was minus 35 yesterday. I don't think there's any grass around, man, but if there was, I probably would go out. I'd take my dog for a walk. And this is probably the best comment here. Yo, objectively, I thought about your video for a second as instructed. I still don't agree with your take, or not entirely. Your main point you're making, essentially, you like endgame, you like cooperative progression. True. And you want the ability to quickly try out new ideas, similar to session-based games like LoL. True. That's completely valid, but I'm going to argue that WoW doesn't begin at endgame. It doesn't start at 60, especially when talking about vanilla. Leveling is a part of the content, and it's enjoyable to me, probably. I'm not the only one who feels that way. I mean, that's fair, right? You point this out. Why couldn't I do that at max level to earn gold or blacksmithing XP anyway? Here's what I think about it. It's fundamentally different. The journey of leveling is a unique experience to me that represents the core fundamental of WoW. Sure, maybe WoW, but I was just using WoW as a thought experiment on the MMO genre in general. But anyway, continuing on. Questing at 25 for gold, for instance, really doesn't carry the same connotation as experience that doing so sub 25 does. Here are some reasons why. Every level bracket has a distinct look and feel from each other. 10 levels is a mediocre caster before I suddenly get bare for him. It's nice to get my first shoulders in the mid-teens. It's nice to see cloaks progressively become longer. It's amazing to get your first big AoE spell around 20. Or finally get Whirlwind as a warrior. I mean, that's all true, but things like this bare form comment are kind of, that's why I say Sod is a blueprint, because this is addressed, in my opinion. This is already addressed Like in solid, if I was, let's just say hypothetically, I spawn in at level 25, and it's like, okay, I want penance, so I go and do this like exploration. I bow at this altar, or I mean, sorry, homunculi, and then this undead comes and bows at me, and we LARP, and then like we make out or something, and I get a rune. And then like my gameplay has changed. That was cool. That was getting the fucking homunculi rune was way cooler than like going to a trainer after hitting level 20 and then clicking train, 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 train. Like to me, getting something through active exploration is cooler than just leveling up and getting it. And as for the other stuff, I mean, sure, but if you start at 25, like, or if there's no, not level 20, there's just no leveling, like, there's, like, I get that feel, but, like, you still, like, getting new gear is still, at level fucking 60, when you get, like, ash candy or something, it's like, the same cool feeling as getting your first pair of shoulders, and, yeah, like, I don't know, and I'm not even someone that really cares about gear, right? Like, but I understand that you need both linear and horizontal progression in a video game, or especially an MMO, right? So I understand that. Like, see, personally, for me, I don't really care about that kind of stuff. I just like doing the stuff. I like playing the game for the sake of the game and doing it with my friends. And character progression is a nice like side. It gives you like extra reward for doing something. But I just don't like the leveling bar. It just feels That's like my issue is completely with the leveling bar and the fact that I hate being forced to do stuff, and leveling forces you into a certain gameplay loop, and there's tons of content that you cannot do because leveling is a prerequisite for doing that content. That's my biggest issue with it. As for this, like, I mean, this can be true, but the same can be said, like, let's say there's no level, and I'm like in the world, and I group up with someone because we're doing a quest that gives me a 12 attack power harpy belt from Serena Bloodfeather. Like, I could still make that same connection doing the progression content when I'm not leveling, right? Like, the leveling, I don't really think this, like, you could just say the time spent progressing my character is time spent making connections. Like, the leveling is just a form of character progression. That's all it is, right? And, like, you can progress your character in hundreds of different ways other than just leveling. And leveling is the only one I take issue with. I mean, this is true, and it's like I said, the sod runes can adjust it, but maybe like leveling really draws it out. But I mean, like this is probably the only comment that like accurately that has like some fucking semblance of a counterpoint that's not completely retarded. Yeah, so this guy actually did listen with an open mind. And yeah, that's fine. Like Twisting Vanilla in a fundamentally different game. So you're not alone. There are, as you point out, plenty of other folks who rather skip leveling process and go straight to endgame, and I can appreciate that. But arguing for removal of a core design principle, that is very much part of what people like I love about the game. See, the thing is, I'll finish. And Twisting Vanilla into a fundamentally different game, it's not the way to go about it. Yeah, but you see here, I'm just using vanilla as a template because it's like the most it's the version of the MMO I've played the most, and I like MMOs. Like, I feel like that's part of the problem is I fucking fixated too much on Vanilla WoW, and people made it seem like I'm advocating removing leveling from Vanilla WoW. I don't give a shit about Vanilla WoW in this regard. Like, I'm just using it as a discussion on game design in general. Like, future MMOs or whatever, or future games, or like, is leveling something that's necessary? I don't really think so. I think it actually holds back the game more so than it helps. And obviously, like, people want to do the whole leveling process because it's nostalgic or they like it. So yeah, like, just forget about vanilla. And I mean, it would be interesting to see a actual like WoW server with some like I would like to design a WoW private server with my fucking game design philosophy in mind, but I'm not talented and I'm too lazy to learn game programming. Maybe I'll learn it someday, but it's something I've always wanted to do, but it's just like I'm just a fucking undisciplined ADHD dumb fuck, so it'll take me some time if ever I'm able to do it. but it would definitely be interesting for a private server to exist like that, because there's already instant max level servers, and there's servers with like 5 or 8x XP rates that people that are popular, right? So there's definitely a market for MMORPGs with no arbitrary leveling process, and like maybe it's not arbitrary for everyone, but for a lot of people it is arbitrary and it prevents them from doing what they want in the game. And my argument is that people that like the chill content are also happy. Like, this is my main issue, because the way it is now, a lot of, like, most people don't want to level, and there's a smaller group of people that like the leveling, but you're forced into it. So everyone's forced to do content that only a small group of people like. What happens if, let's just say, like, you're a leveler, right? Let's say you're someone who likes leveling. What happens if you were forced, before you could fucking level, you had to fucking find a group of level fucking ones to do a raid? You had to recruit and, like, clear the full raid and clear Ragnaros. Or clear, like, mini rag at level 1. You had to fucking raid and do all the dungeons before you unlock the leveling. Like, you probably wouldn't be happy about that, right? So it's like, just let me, like, you should, when you're making a game, you should not shoehorn and force people into doing repetitive things for hours. Like, maybe it's fine that there's like a little bit of grind for 10 hours or whatever. Or if you want to get to like the upper echelon of the top 0.1% of people, then it's fine to put like a massive grind in their way, right? Because then they're dedicated. But if you just, like, you shouldn't be locking the core gameplay loop of your game away through an arbitrary process. That's my biggest issue with leveling. And then this is the dumbest comment I've ever fucking seen. Leveling is the same in all versions. Your trend, hype, loser riding the hype train to maximize views for profit. And the reason, like maximize view for profit. All right. This is. I think this. I'll answer that in a sec. I'm scroll down. So that's pretty much the last comment. I'll answer this last. There's another comment here. This I would agree with. I feel like the main reason leveling exists is a psychological tactic by a game company. It is to artificially increase game and subscription time, so it takes more time, so you have to keep renewing your sub. Then now that the leveling still exists, so they can sell WoW tokens and sell max level boosts, so they make even more money off of it. And it gives players a sense of investment, so they're less likely to quit because they've already, it's like a sunk cost fallacy. I already leveled, I want to keep playing, right? That's like, I feel like a lot of the reason, it's almost like the same as like gambling or something, because we're like card packs or gacha games, right? It's just like a less egregious form of it, but leveling existing is a psychological tactic to like manipulate people's lizard brain instincts and their dopamine receptors to keep them attached to a game that they might not be attached to otherwise. Because without leveling, I doubt anyone's going to be doing 6 days played of kill quests. Like, it's not happening. You're gonna have to make the game more fun if you want people to keep playing. You're gonna have to put like more LARP quest chains and more like even like the RuneScape quests, or more story-based quests, or more lore-based quests, right? Like, you're gonna actually have to make the quests more interesting. That's the thing. So like, if people aren't gonna do the content if there's no leveling, then that means the content is bad? Like, I'm sorry, that's just what it means. So we'll go back to this comment, this retarded fucking comment. So he's accusing me of riding a hype train. So let's look at my analytics. So I've made 22 bucks, right? So I'm in a month. So we can clearly see, like, I'm just riding this train hardcore, man. I'm making so much fucking money and I'm just farming views. But let's actually break it down. So we go to my content. I'm making videos that are getting massively disliked. I'm posting whatever I want. I upload a bunch of fucking League clips that I hit my Shadowplay hotkey on that I didn't put any effort into editing. And this isn't even the new season. This is the old season, and they're uploaded. They were scheduled to upload when the new season came out. So first of all, that doesn't even make any fucking sense. If I wanted to farm League of Legends, I'd be making videos on the new season, which I might because I'm having fun playing the new season and I like the experimentation of a new season. But regardless, anyway, I literally made a video attacking Blizzard and Nostalrias, which is the golden goose of fucking private servers. Like, how is shitting on Blizzard and advocating private servers and shitting on Nostalrias, how is that, like, that doesn't even make sense. And you see these videos here, like these videos don't get that many views, despite the amount of effort. These videos take me like fucking 8 hours to make. Let's look at another video I made. Wand. If I wanted to farm fucking videos, I'd be making a guide video every fucking day. Look how many views this video has gotten. Wand by level 5. 89,000 views. Look at this shit. 200 bucks from this. This was made in 2019, and not that this is a lot of money anyway. Like, I don't fucking need this peanuts fucking money. Like I make this. I'm bored. It's -30 out. I'm making these fucking stupid rambling videos so I don't go nuts. Like, I fucking sit here and drink 2 pots of coffee, and I go to Muay Thai 2 times a week, boxing 1 time a week. I fucking can't do anything else. I'm stuck in the shittiest fucking place on the planet. And I'm going to Europe for 2 months maybe in fucking April. But what am I doing till April? Like, I'm fucking like, what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to go. I don't live in a place. There's no mountains near me. I can't go skiing. I can't go snowboarding. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do, man? So if I wanted to farm fucking money, like, I'd be making guides. Like, that doesn't even make any fucking sense, man. But making these type of videos makes me want to blow my brains out. And it feels like to me that most WoW players just want to be on a fucking train track rail system, and that's why they watch fucking guides, because like they watch a fucking 2-hour bag guide by Def Camp, not to, like, shit on Def Camp and Melderon, but every single WoW YouTuber starts out making fucking guides. Like, they all make guides, and that's how their channel grows. It's either guides or news video, guides and news video. What class should you play? What race should you play? Gearing guide, talent guide, fucking guide this, how to wipe my ass guide. Like I'm gonna make a how to wipe my ass, WoW player wiping ass guide, because it's probably gonna get more views than fucking all these videos. Like let's look at my guides. If I want to farm guide. I made 26 guides, right? And I made these with the sole intention just to get views back in the day. Look at this. 13k, 10k, 53k, 12k, 9k, 2k, 90k, 5k. These videos mog all my fucking videos. Look at how many views they have. Like, you're trying to tell me now I'm making fucking videos for farming, like, flavor of the month shit? Like, fuck you, man. Like, you're retarded. Look at this druid video. This gave me 14 subscribers. Let's watch it. I just want to show you this for a second. Try hard. Look at this. Look at this. This is my shaman. I didn't even make a new video. This is my shaman guide, and I photoshopped druid over it. Like, let me look at the shaman guide. Let's watch this. I literally re-uploaded the same video with a fucking overlay.
Pretty much any twink is gonna be lucky fishing at 15 stamps is
Look.
last unbeatable by any piece that anyone can get. This best helmet.
Look, same stats. Same fucking stats. I literally, look, this is Photoshop. Look at that. I just put Druid level 19 Druid over it. I literally just posted the same video twice, and it gets 13k views. And you, like, if I wanted to farm fucking views, I'd just do this shit. I could just fucking make garbage guides, and look at it, even has good. It has 30k, it has 30 downvotes, but it's still like a positive upvote ratio. This is how, like, fucking. How can I have any fucking respect for WoW players when I do this? I literally do this and it gets upvoted in 13k views. Like, it's actually fucking hysterical. Like you can't, like, I'm sorry. This is why I can't. This is why I call you guys fucking ants and like subhumans and bug brains, because you do this shit. You do this fucking shit, and people look at 9% click rate, 13k views. Look at it, like, it's hilarious, man. This video did way better than videos I actually put effort into. This was a Photoshop overlay on the same video I had already made once. I changed nothing about the video. I think I added like 2 text-to-speech lines that replaced the word shaman when I said shaman in my commentary. It said, I cut the shaman out and it says druid in a text-to-speech voice. Like, that's it. So you guys, like this is the dumbest fucking comment I've ever seen. You just got fucking obelisk obliterated. You're like fucking stupid. Seriously, like, this is the dumbest fucking comment. It's just funny to address it. So, it's fucking, this world's cruel, man. It's fucking cruel having to fucking exist alongside these fucking animals. Like, it's hilarious. But we'll go back to comments here. This comment's like the let people enjoy things. How about I fucking kill you? How about that? So you say all the content can't exist without the need to level. He's kind of like he's proving my point a little bit. So leveling is the motivation alone, but the reason leveling is the motivation alone is because the content isn't fun without the dopamine hit from leveling, right? The content's bad. That's my argument. The content is bad, and the only reason you're doing it is because of the leveling because you need to level. That is why you're doing it. And I mean, I went and killed fucking. I did quests at max level. Like my brother, Bobby Boy, did every single fucking level 25 quest and got like fucking 100 gold. He had fun doing it. He just explored the world, mined, herb. Like he played the game at level 25. He didn't need the leveling motivation to do it. Imagine you're instant max level and anything. Why would people go and do low level content? The thing is, it wouldn't be low level content. It would be the same level as you. Because there is no levels. So it's not low level content when you can just jump into heroic mythic dungeon, because sometimes maybe you want to go and do gold, or you want to get some pre-biz gear from a quest, or you want to maybe the quest, or you have to do a quest to get your bear form. You have to do a quest to get like aim shot or something. You have to do some like quest with some archer elf who fucking teaches you how to hone your focus and aim shot a gnome in the back of the head. Like, if you're max level, you want to do the content everybody is doing. I mean, people still at max level, people still go and herb in the world. There's times for doing group content, and then there's times where you go and just do your own thing in the world, and that's fine. But the thing is, you can do it whenever you want. It's optional. Everybody's gearing up for the new raid. The game where your new character is instantly max level, or there are no levels is bad, and would die pretty quick. Disagreed, because, I mean, I don't agree with that at all, because how many people do you know in WoW that have like 400 days played? How much of that do you think is leveling? There's people who have like 1,000 days played on a single character. And like leveling was maybe fucking 10 days of that fucking 1,000 days played. So you're telling me like that's not even true in the slightest. People play, every character I've ever had in WoW has had more days played at endgame than leveling. Like the only time I liked leveling was when I was a kid and I had never played an MMO before. So like this is just wrong, man. I'm sorry to say. Most games die because like New World is a perfect example. New World died at endgame because there was nothing to do. They leveled to endgame and then there was nothing to do at endgame, so the game died. Because when you design content with leveling in mind, you are designing stuff that you're putting time into stuff that is going to be invalidated. And a lot of MMOs die because they have this leveling process. I do a dungeon at level 20. I do a dungeon at level 30. I'm level 60. There's nothing to do because the game, like, I'm not talking WoW here. I'm talking, let's use Rift for an example, or a different MMORPG. If there's nothing to do at endgame, you hit endgame, okay, I quit. There's nothing to do. But if they didn't have that leveling process, all that content could have been the endgame. And like I said, vanilla is always regarded as the best part of WoW, and it's not because of endgame content. The world's the best part of vanilla WoW, but the world can exist without the leveling process. And we're focused too much on fucking vanilla WoW here. Like, this is an MMO. This is this is a fucking oh, my brain died, but you know what I mean. Like, we're focused too much on vanilla WoW when this is like a meta topic about MMO design in general. Like, fuck, I don't care if vanilla WoW has leveling still. I'm just talking about like MMO design in general. Some people level. This is a very small number of people, by the way. This is like super minority, but channel used to watch so good. He did several let's plays. He gained good amount of subs. That short YouTube career. 99% of his content is nothing but level content. Of course, of leveling tunes, loans were for a game. Okay, but like there's lots of channels that people only do, like, look at Barney, one of the best WoW series in general, or I haven't actually watched it. Barney Scarab Lord. This is a level. This guy made an entire fucking series. Look at this, the Scarab Lord series. There's nothing to. He has one video on 1 to 60, but where the videos really shine is the Scarab Lord series. This was all level 60 gaming, right? So, like, stuff like this can exist in an MMO with really long progression and quests and things to obtain and weird ass things you have to do just to get Scarab Lord, right? That's why I'm saying leveling's arbitrary, because the Scarab Lord quest doesn't give Barney an XP bar. He just does it because he gets Scarab Lord, he gets some LARP title, and the quest chain itself is cool and unique, and it's just fun content, right? He's not doing 10 Boras, 10 Boras, 10 Boras, 10 Boras. He's going into BWL, he's going to Moonglade. I don't even know the whole Scarab Lord quest. He's ringing a fucking gong, he's sneaking past Horde, you're trying to stop him. He's like doing stuff that other people can't do, like Scarab, like this is what I'm trying to, this is the point I'm making.